2 days ago, when everyone was telling you that Ethereum and Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency market were going to pile down into the crypto abyss, I brought you this news story telling you that Ethereum was due to have a breakout. And as you can see, what's happened in the last couple of days is we've had a huge push back towards the upside, currently sitting around $2,344. But where is Ethereum headed? What news has caused this Ethereum breakout? In today's episode, we're going to cover the latest Ethereum news as well as Ethereum chart analysis to work out some price predictions for Ethereum. Hello guys, and welcome to the House of Crypto. I make videos about Ethereum as well as other cryptocurrencies. So if you want to make money with Ethereum as well as hear all the latest Ethereum news and chart analysis, then make sure you hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of the latest happening in the markets. Without further ado then, let's jump into the first piece of news for Ethereum for today. So guys, as you know, we've had quite a breakout, not only for Ethereum but as well as Bitcoin, and the rest of the cryptocurrency market is getting pulled along with it. I did talk about on the channel the other day that when we were getting pushed into these consolidation zones, that we would need some sort of big piece of news to be able to push us one way or the other, whether that be up or down. And as you can see, Bitcoin is currently surging on rumours that Amazon is looking to get into cryptocurrency and looking to accept Bitcoin payments by the end of the year, as well as potentially accepting Ethereum and Cardano. So that's obviously huge. A huge amount of money is spent on Amazon every day. People are able to pay in Bitcoin, etc. Then that's just another use case for cryptocurrency, and also starting to move away from the need for normal currency, which allows people to keep more of their money in cryptocurrency, being able to pay for everyday items, etc. Okay, so the news came after a recruitment ad from Amazon suggested that the company were looking for cryptocurrency payments. Now, it's more than likely that Bitcoin will be the first one that is accepted by Amazon, obviously being the original, being the most decentralized, etc. But obviously Ethereum, etc., with all its use cases, is not far behind, and those who are holding Cardano will also potentially benefit from that, which could be very exciting. So coming from Jeffrey Halley, Senior Market Analyst of Asia Pacific at Oando, said that Amazon news helped Bitcoin break out of a 3-month descending triangle and opens up some $17,000 of potential gains if it can overcome the resistance of the 100-day moving average of around $40,800, which is pretty much the next stop on our rise up in terms of Bitcoin, and that's obviously going to play a big part in what is happening in Ethereum. Now, obviously, you know, the same old narrative, Ethereum, more and more people are looking at Ethereum right now. A lot of people you hear on YouTube, you hear in Twitter, etc., are now stashing most of their money into Ethereum rather than Bitcoin, which is such a big change from this sort of time last year and towards the end of 2020. Okay, so according to the recent trend of exchange reserves, ETH reserves are dropping faster than Bitcoin, likely to continue ahead of the London hard fork, which, as you know, guys, is coming just around the corner with less than 2 weeks to that. So something very exciting is on the horizon. So it's great that we're starting to see this, and potentially could be one of our last chances to be able to buy discounted Ethereum. Let me know down below whether you managed to load up during the dip. Are you continuing to load up, or are you potentially waiting for a further dip? Okay, so the dropping reserves, very bullish. Development of the top altcoins since the value of ETH staked, and ETH 2.0 staking contract now stands above 6.4 million Ethereum, leaving exchanges it's being staked or stored in private wallets. This signals possible bullish sentiment of traders ahead of the implementation of Ethereum Improvement Proposal, or the EIP 1559, which is coming soon. And you can see from this chart with the red being the reserve and the price obviously starting to move, but the reserve slowly sort of trickling away, which is really good to see. Obviously, we've been talking about the whales building their positions during the dips, and actually it being the retailers who've been offloading, but now obviously we're seeing all this bullish news, the price has been increasing, people getting notifications from CoinGecko, etc. This will be definitely raising their attention, and people who might have lost out before may be starting to look to get back in right now. So we could see potentially very big moves happening in the coming week. Okay, and we've been covering a number of stories on Ethereum overtaking Bitcoin, but I want to talk about what Robert Metcalfe, the founder of Ethernet technology, who formulated a law that the value of a network increased with a square of numbers of users on it. Since July, Ethereum has overtaken Bitcoin to become the largest network for trustless money settlement, a sign that the world's preeminent cryptocurrency is giving ground to its younger competitor. This is something Raoul Pal has been talking about with Metcalfe's law, and he's been going over and over this again for the last sort of 6 months or so. He himself was holding a lot of Bitcoin, had no interest in Ethereum, but now admits that, you know, the majority of his holding again is in Ethereum. So Ethereum looking very, very bullish across the board in terms of the news, and we've been waiting for the chart patterns to give us an indication that things are going to flip bullish, and we're pretty much seeing that as we speak. So without further ado then, let's jump over to the charts. So guys, as you can see, over the last month or so, we've been following this consolidation pattern down, and it hasn't been the most exciting time in terms of cryptocurrency, but something very exciting has happened in the last couple of days, and particularly today we've seen a huge push where we pushed from around $2,174 all the way up to $2,338, which is a push of over 10%. But as we know, guys, nothing travels in straight lines, so we're not likely to see a one-way street all the way back up to this level. So what I've targeted here, this is the point of breakout taken from the height of this triangle, and this would take us up to our target price of $3,358. But as you know, when we come down and we have a breakout, what we do tend to see is a bit of a retrace to the downside. But something else very interesting that's played out here is this W pattern. And as you can see, literally as I speak, we're sat at around the top of that. So what I anticipate happening is that we will potentially have a breakout beyond that and come back down to retest at this level. Now I take a Fibonacci retracement all the way back from this low at around the beginning of March last year and bring it all the way up to the swing high. We can see that this pattern, we've broken the 0.5, which for a number of weeks has provided us with support and then was flipped into resistance, and now we've had a clear breakout above that. And what I do want to point out is last time we did come to this level and then we were stiffly rejected down, but we have broken clear of this pattern. So in my mind, we could potentially see a push further back towards this upside around the $2,749 level. But if we are rejected here, then don't be surprised if we do come back to retest at this level. If it does come back down to this $2,000 level and hold, then you're potentially looking at the perfect trading opportunity, because as we do like to see, majority of the time we do come back and have a retest, and if we have that retest, then the upside potential against the downside risk, we could potentially have our trade here with a stop loss just perhaps down beyond the orange line, and then potentially being able to take all of this profit, which would be extremely exciting in my opinion. That said, guys, once we do get up to here, we are then still lower than this all-time high. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to climb up and push up forever, but we are building towards, and we got that news just coming around the corner, which is making things look particularly exciting for Ethereum. So in my opinion, we are about to see a couple of weeks potentially of some very exciting times, not only in Ethereum but in Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency market. Jumping over to the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, which I looked at the other day, as you can see, we continue to consolidate within this huge flag pattern, and I did sort of mention that if we were to have a breakout, then we would be able to come up towards the sort of 10% level of a Bitcoin. So if Ethereum does come up to this level and Bitcoin is now looking to break through $40,000, then this is going to give us a $4,000 Ethereum. If Bitcoin does climb back towards all-time highs and beyond, potentially hitting 100,000, 150,000 by the end of this year, then you can see how Ethereum has the potential to hit 10,000 or maybe even 15 to maybe even 20,000, guys. You never know exactly what's going on, but that's too far down the line to be speculating too much about what's happening. We should be focusing more on what's happening here and now as I talk, and obviously the news that's come in. It's been very good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin pumps really hard. We do see Ethereum sometimes take a little bit slower to get off the ground, but then when Bitcoin tends to move sideways for a bit, Ethereum then has its chance to rally much harder back against Bitcoin. So that's something that we've seen with this couple of days, where we've dropped from around sort of 6.3% all the way down to 5.8%. But things are looking very healthy on the horizon for cryptocurrency. Now, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. There is the potential to lose the money that you invest, so always only ever invest money that you can afford to lose, and don't get too caught up in the hype of all the things that are happening. But the crypto market is looking much healthier than it was more recently. It's being brought back into attention. A few weeks ago when we were pumping all the time, it was in all the news quite regularly, and we haven't heard such a lot going on with it recently. A lot of the news has been bearish, but all of that has been flipping bullish. So things are looking much more positive in my opinion. Let me know down below what you're doing, whether you're holding Ethereum what your kind of price target is, how long you plan on holding Ethereum for. If you got any value out of today's video, then please smash up that like button to help the YouTube algorithm and help me to get this content to more people. And if you're not already subscribed, I know a lot of people who watch these videos aren't, then please consider subscribing. You can always go and unsubscribe at a later date. Then you'll get up-to-date notifications with when my new content is released, and you won't miss breakouts like the one that has just happened on Ethereum. Guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow with another Ethereum video. Bye-bye.